Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is James, aka the Comic Raider, and I am back with an unboxing, one that I'm very excited for. I have not got to do these very often, but we have got an in-stock trades unboxing. Very excited about this, so we're just going to get right into this and see. I have been patiently waiting for this to come in and have been very excited about opening this bad boy. Now, InStockTrades does pack very, very well. I've always been very happy ordering from them. So, and I am super excited about what I've got here. One of these in particular. So we have got, of course, some bubble wrap up top, good old receipts, and then just excellent. I'll show you guys the packaging. So we had the bubble wrap on top, and then very well done packaging here. So let's go ahead and get this out of there. Move all the garbage. Alright, so I have a trade and an omnibus, and kind of like a cool little theme here. Both of these are new releases, newer. So this trade is pretty new. This is going to be Legion of Superheroes, the Great Darkness Saga. Paul Levitz, Keith Giffen, rest in peace, and Larry Malstead. Hopefully I pronounced that right. This is Earth in the 30th century. Darkseid. I love this cover. I pretty sure I have it, the single issue. I have a couple of these single issue, but that's why I wanted to pick this up, because I know that I don't have like the whole series. So this is going to collect Legion of Superheroes 287 and then 290 through 294, along with the Legion of Superheroes Annual number 3. Never read this, so I'm hoping for a very cool Darkseid story. You know, maybe if you know in the comments, maybe I'm going to be disappointed just because it's not mostly Darkseid, but that's okay. You know, as long as it's a good story, I'm down with it. So I'm very, very excited about having this. And again, it's going to fit into the theme for this next one. So, you know, if you watch me on the low grades and stuff, and if you follow, which first of all, thank you, make sure you sub to the low grades. Fridays at 7 we go live. Or if you have me on Instagram, you're going to see me repeat this a lot. So bear with me. But as an omnibus collector, you know, we face a very unique challenge in the fact that, for those who don't know, I mean, I would say almost all omnibus come out with a standard cover and then a variant cover. And the problem with that can be, you know, as opposed to when your weekly books are coming out, oh, I like that variant, okay, I'm going to pick up 2. You know, okay, you're spending an extra $5, you get both copies, you can't decide which one you like more. Well, with an omnibus, it's not like you're going to drop another $100, $150 to have the same omnibus, just in a different cover. And first of all, I mean, maybe some do. I've yet to meet or see an omnibus collector that like gets double. So it's can be very tough. And of all the omnibus that I have, this one was by far the hardest decision I've ever had to make as far as what cover I like. You're talking about 2 iconic artists, George Perez and Jim Lee, both in their own right. You know, modern and, you know, a little bit older, but not like, we're not talking golden age stuff. But, you know, it just iconic characters. Just super hard to do this one. And as much as I really did want to go with George Perez, I went with the Jim Lee. And this is the DC versus Marvel Omnibus. One of the most anticipated omnibus that I've seen in a long, long time. And the George Perez cover is outstanding. You know, for me, I'm a huge Jim Lee fan. He's one of my top 5 artists of all time. And the kicker was, for me, seeing him draw this Spider-Man very front, you know, right there on the front, Wolverine, and then if I'm being honest, that Dark Side. That was the difference. You know, that's kind of what... Is that a dent? Oh, hell no. Do you guys see that right by... Oh. Alright, I'm going to look at that in a second. I am already so upset because that's... I'm trying... I'm kind of mad. Darkseid is one of the main reasons why I used him as one of the deciding factors in getting this. You know, seeing him on the cover. I don't see him on the cover on the George Perez, at least definitely not on the front. You go to the spine here. Not a huge fan, but I get it. Like, you're trying to show off, you know, the 2 different series. It will look maybe a little funny being on the shelf just because it's going to be so different than any other omnibus that I for sure have. And then on the back, I mean, again, Kyle Rayner. You got Galactus there peeking in, but Kyle Rayner, you know, my favorite Green Lantern, the best Green Lantern. I get to see Jim Lee draw him. We got a Daredevil, we got Punisher, we got Deathstroke. Like, all these characters that I really haven't seen Jim Lee do, and that really is what kind of did it for me. This is a freaking dent. Like, totally smashed on the corner there. That is so disappointing. I would not, if it was like on the bottom there, this wouldn't be, I wouldn't care. But like, it's on Darkseid. That's the one of the main reasons I got this. I mean, karma. I guess some people are gonna say that's karma for going with Jim Lee, but oh my god. Actually, what the? Oh, okay, okay, because it was them versus them. Yeah. I thought at first they were separating it like DC on the top, Marvel on the bottom, but it is a mix-up of the different ones. But another thing that I will say is that I was when I got this. So this retails for $150. That is not what you pay if you get it on InStockTrades. I'm not sponsored by them. I would love to be, but you get it for half of that on release days, or like 42% if you get it later. So, you know, just keep that in mind. I'm going to read this. So in 1976, the Big Two in comics sought to end the speculation and made pop culture history by putting their most popular heroes, Superman and the Amazing Spider-Man, against each other. The success of this one-shot comic paved the way for future collaborations between the House of Ideas and the distinguished competition, ushering in a new age of intercompany crossover events that boasted some of the industry's biggest writers and artists. Now, for the first time in over 20 years, that the comics that started it all are collected here in brand new omnibus edition featuring team-up stories between classic DC and Marvel characters. Superman vs. Amazing Spider-Man #1, Marvel Treasury Edition #28, DC Special Series #27, Marvel and DC present Uncanny X-Men and the Teen Titans, Batman Punisher, Punisher Batman, Darkseid Galactus, Spider-Man Batman, Green Lantern Silver Surfer, Silver Surfer Superman, Batman Captain America, Daredevil and Batman, Batman and Spider-Man, Superman Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk vs. Superman, and Batman Daredevil. This volume also includes an exclusive cover by DC Comics President, Publisher, and Chief Creative Officer Jim Lee, essays from the original teams, brand new introductions, and yada yada yada. So, a lot of people thought that this was going to be the, like, actual, you know, like the Justice League versus Avengers type thing, but that was in the, I mean, I guess what, it came out maybe a couple years ago, but that absolute or hardcover or like special edition trade, I forgot what it was. I don't have one. Um, I thought that was in there. I will be honest and say that. Um, so I found out recently that it was not, and I was like, oh, that is kind of a bummer. But I have like quite a few of the ones that they just listed there, but I don't have all of them. So I'll be definitely cool to like read the rest of the ones that I don't have, and then rechecking out the ones that I do in omnibus format. Um, but yeah, for anybody who's a rookie in this, or even I don't consider myself a rookie, but I'm definitely not like, you know, completely in the know. I missed that part. So, um, this is not going to have that JLA versus Avengers. You'll have to get that probably still very expensive, collected edition on that. So, this is like all the one shots and everything. But we are going to take the slip cover off. The awesome Jim Lee slip cover. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the inside here. So we have another breakdown of everything that's included, and then you also have this really cool Joker and Batman and Hulk, and then on this side it is telling you that they are also, for those who don't know, are also going to be releasing the Amalgam Age Omnibus as well. And that one is these were both supposed to come out like September, I think, and then they got delayed. The Amalgam one for sure has like a massive print run issue that like had them have to recall the whole entire line. So that one has now been delayed, I think, till December or January. But so let's go ahead and check this out. I'm still I'm bummed. Like this is a real dent. So I'm gonna have to contact InStockTrades. I don't know what they could do for me. I mean, honestly, if I I don't know that I'm gonna go through the whole hassle of if I have to like return it and wait for a new one, or if I can just get like a discount or something. That would be great. But obviously, we have a lot of cool action going on here with all these characters fighting each other. Superman front and center. But so there is the spine. Darkseid just looks a little bit funky if that's him. And then we're gonna go wrap around here. Now we got some Doom, and then some X-Men. We got Spider-Man. I like that because obviously, they said how Spider-Man and Superman are the ones that like really kick this whole thing off. So having them, front and center here, at least on like this portion, is definitely really cool. And I think that this is a great cover. Let me go ahead and we're gonna stretch this spine out really quick, which I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll show you in case you don't know, but basically you do a little bit of that, and then I'm gonna kind of fold like a chunk, and I'm gonna stretch it, and then I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side, and then stretch it. I can't really do that here on camera, so I'm gonna do that real quick. But you basically just want to stretch it. It helps like separate the glue, not separate the glue, but it helps the glue and the binding so that it doesn't become damaged on you later. So you definitely want to do that a few times before you really dive into this thing. Any omnibus, or you store it on the shelf, it is recommended that you do it then as well, and just give it a good stretch. So I'm gonna do it one more time, and then we will get into this. I'll just show a few pages. Obviously, it's not like we're gonna sit here and read the whole damn thing together, but we will check this out. We'll do a couple covers just so we can kind of get a view of how this looks. So, open it up. We have got cool little DC Marvel. Let's go to, we've got, I like this, all the different books that are going to be included in this. That is very cool. We got a nice little introduction here. few pages. And then you got, we're going to start with that one. So I like how they're doing that with the logo and then showing you the book cover. But it's like, you know, it's kind of bordered, if you will. I'm not going to sit here and fake the funk. My camera ran out of room, so the video cut off as soon as I just showed the Superman, Batman, the beginning. I then proceeded to show the rest of this damn omnibus all the way to the back, saw some really cool shit, and was kind of surprised, and then realized that I was not recording. So, we're going to get right back into it, but now at this point, I've already seen everything in this book, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be surprised by it all. So, such a bummer, man. Let's get a cool shot with, you've got, you know, cool shots like that with Superman and Spider-Man. Then there is quite a few Superman stuff in the beginning. And then, let's see, then it's like Superman with Fantastic Four. So you got him interacting with Doom and Spider-Man and stuff like that. Let's see, Batman comes up next. But then I do want to show off the cover. Oh, look at this. Dark Phoenix and Dark Side. Just so good. Yeah, there is just, I'm really excited to check out all these stories here. Here's that cover. But let's see what else we got. Some Batman Punisher, and you know, it's definitely going to be like all different types of art, you know, from what I think they just said that this started in the 70s all the way through to the 90s. So by the time you get like Galactus versus Darkseid here, you're definitely now into what's got to be the 90s, and the artwork is, you know, changed and a bit different, but those two going at it. A lot of Silver Surfer in that one. Silver Surfer and Orion, actually, that one was a cool one. I've always loved this cover, the Spider-Man Batman one. I definitely have a few of those. And then you can't forget my boy, Kyle Rayner, man. I mean, the guy is an artist. How do you not like Kyle Rayner when he's an artist? And we love art and comic books, and, you know? But yeah, this one, definitely one of my favorites. Daryl Banks on the art, absolutely crushing it. A lot of parallax in that one, though. It's just so good, man. But yeah, so there is a ton of really good stuff in here. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the back here. Because I was definitely surprised by what I saw out at the end of this. But some Daredevil Batman. So once you get through with all the individual issues, there is a whole section at the end here that is just dedicated to the art. In particular, the original art. So there are a ton of scans here of the original art, and I just think that is amazing. And this is a good chunk of the book left. And that is just so cool. I mean, to go through and include all this stuff for all the different issues there, it is so awesome. But it also has like a lot of so like this, where you are going to get on the right there, you know, you'll see a little, well, I guess the right, I don't know. Anyways, right or left, I don't know how it's going to look. But, you know, you get a little blurb there with some information about the books, and I think that's really, oh, dude, that, oh, I would die to have that piece. But yeah, I just think that is so freaking awesome. And it looks like they do it for every issue here, or at least as much as they can show off this original art here. And that is just so cool. And then at the end, there are these fold-out pages, you know, to kind of show you, like, so that's obviously the hardcover here, but they do it to where you can see the, so that's Dan Jurgens, but he got like that. But anyways, they show you like the pencils, and then they show you the, you know, completed and colored, but then you also get the inks. So once it was inked, then they show it to you that way as well. That's really cool. I saw one in here that I wanted to show because it was the so there's like the Jim Lee one, and they show you his pencils. If I open it, it's a trifold, so if I open it, it's the colored version, but there's the pencils, and then there's the Scott Williams inks version of it. But let me find, if I can find it again. I found it on my first video that didn't record. I mentioned how there is a George Perez cover, and how I was very, you know, it was a very tough decision for a lot of people to make as to which cover you were going to go with. They have it in here, and I'm probably not going to find it, but I thought that that was cool that they included that one, because, you know, you kind of got to see the other option. But it is more modernized. So what I was getting at was, even though it is the same cover with George Perez, they do appear to change like the colorist in a sense, and so it's a little more modernized for that cover. There it is. Oh, I found it. Alright, so this is Crossover Classics. That is the George Perez artwork cover that is the standard cover for this omnibus. Again, it is a more modernized version of it, which if you look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But like Hulk definitely looks a little bit different, Superman and all them. But so that's what you could go with, or the Jim Lee one like I did. And as you can see, that is a very tough decision, because that, I mean, George Perez is an icon, and this artwork, you know, X-Men running at the Teen Titans at the bottom, Batman Hulk, Superman Spider-Man, like, it is such a great cover, and that makes it really hard to have decided which one to go with. But with that said, I cannot say that I'm disappointed, because I'm very happy with the Jim Lee one for me. And again, having Darkseid on the front there, even though it's damaged, which is such a bummer. I don't know if I showed that, but yeah, it is definitely a nice ding there, and that just kind of sucks. Again, as I said before, honestly, if it was down here, I would not care. But it's the fact that it's right there on that top corner, and so it impacts Darkseid, which, for me, my eyes are going right to Darkseid, because that's kind of who I got this cover for. And so that's just such irony there. But, yeah, that's going to do it. We got the Omnibus and the Legion of Superheroes trade from InStockTrades, and I am very excited to check both of these out. But yeah, in the meantime, again, pick up this Omnibus. I would say it is definitely worth it. It, again, is highly anticipated. And then you also have, I don't know if I said it, but they're also making the Amalgam Age. So, you know, Dark Claw and stuff like that. That's getting an Omnibus. So, that'll come out later. It was delayed for a printing error, but yeah, so that's coming out later. Those two are going to go very nicely together. But yeah, that's it, man. So until next time, Comic Raider is going to be out, and stay safe, and deuces.